Hey, in this episode of the 2D podcast, we are going to be talking about the 92 days left before the new year.
Time is ticking.
Time is ticking. So we want to not only plan for what our goals are going to be for that year, you know, what word we're going to stick to,
Yeah.
you know, how we're going to live in that year.
Your goals for each month, each quarter. Like, how are you making room for all of the blessings that are to come that you are actually preparing for?
And that's the key. What we're going to be talking about today in this podcast is what is it that we need to get rid of before that new year?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So stay tuned.
Hello and welcome to the 2D podcast. I am your host, Adonis Barrera, and I am joined, as always, by the lovely and sensational Ianna Giselle Backlit Alhambra.
Hey, everybody.
How you doing today, Ianna?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Frustrated?
Just take a couple breathers.
Yeah.
It's okay.
It's just some technical issues and then, you know, things accumulating, but we're here. We got to keep pushing. We got to keep going forward.
Yes.
There's always going to be there's always going to be setbacks, but can't let that stop you.
Exactly. As long as you show up and you're present, like that's really all that matters. And even when there's like a test, that's like the true what's it called? The true challenge of facing the test and like getting through it. Like how are you carrying yourself through it? That's like the true test of your character. So I'm proud of you. It's okay.
Oh yeah. Anyways, we're getting into fall finally started officially. What are you
oh my gosh, I love fall.
What are you waiting to do?
So, funny story, my sister and I went to Target and we got a candle, and that was literally like the most excitement that I've had so far because I can't find my stinking pumpkins that I love like decorating for the fall and everything, and I think we both love like the clothing and like just like dressing up for like the weather and everything, like all the cute clothes and stuff like that. So I'm really excited to like actually dress up in like colder weather clothing, and then just do all the fun fall stuff like fire pits or what are those called? Bonfires.
Bonfires. Have you ever actually been to a bonfire?
Yeah, like my cousin. They have like a whole fire pit, and then when we toast marshmallows, oh my gosh, it's so good. Like I can't wait to have s'mores.
Oh.
Yes. You remember?
That's a bonfire though? I thought bonfires where you grabbed a bunch of stuff and burned it.
Oh, probably.
Yeah, I think you're talking about a regular like
a real bonfire, but I'm just talking about a fire pit.
Yeah, like a campfire type thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
I've never gone camping.
Oh yeah, not even with your church group?
No.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh,
like
wow.
if we were bonding, it was either at a retreat or like at a beach house.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay. I was under the impression that you were, because at mine we used to, because I was a teacher, so we used to camp with the kids.
Okay.
Yeah, and we would be out in tents and.
Whoa, like real camping with tents.
Yeah, but at like a campsite.
Yeah.
You know, not like out in the boonies.
I mean, that's fine. That's a whole nother level.
Yeah.
But you still want camping. Like to me, that's camping.
Oh yeah, that was camping because we slept in our sleeping bags.
Whoa.
Yeah, we dealt with the critters.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
I can't with critters. Like especially this week. No, thank you. I'm done with critters.
But it was like like the. Like worms, spiders, and stuff like that. So
that's fine. I can deal with that, I guess.
Yeah, nothing crazy. Yeah, but man, I can't wait. We finally experienced the first few days of that fresh, crisp air.
Yes.
Ah, man. I mean, and it was because of the hurricane too. Because next week I noticed it's about to be back to 80 degrees.
Oh my gosh.
But like for like a day or so.
Oh, okay.
And then hopefully it'll go back down after that week.
Yeah.
But man, I already got my jackets lined up.
Ooh.
Long sleeves. I need to buy some. But man, the coffee hits a lot better.
Oh my gosh, it really does. Even like that pumpkin spice that we got and then caramel apple spice.
Oh my gosh.
So freaking good.
Yeah, like just today, I had 3 cups of coffee.
All hot?
Too hot.
Oh,
One was
jeez. That's so funny. No wonder you didn't want any of my iced coffee earlier.
Yeah, no, I
Too.
was coffeeed out. I mean, that's why I'm still
Oh,
pretty hyped up. Yeah. Yeah,
true.
yeah.
Okay.
But man, it's so nice. I went out with a friend from I haven't talked to him. I talked to a little bit in college because I saw him there.
Okay.
But before that, and it was in like one college class, but before that, I haven't seen him since was it even high school? I might have said middle school or even
Oh,
elementary school
wow.
because I met
Wow.
him in elementary school.
Oh, that's a dope.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So it was me, him, and another friend, and we were catching up, and it was just so nice because we went to go grab Starbucks, just sitting there, and some of the people opened the door, and you felt that breeze come in, and it
Oh.
was raining that night because it was Saturday. Remember,
Yes.
that's when the storm was really hitting,
Yeah.
and oh my gosh, when both of my friends were talking, I zoned out sometimes, not because I was uninterested, but because I was still listening to what they were saying. So I guess I wasn't zoned out, but I was just taking in the moment.
Yeah.
And, it was like gray skies. And if it wasn't for the gray skies, you'd probably see the sun going down. So it was that
Oh,
time
okay.
of day where it
Yeah.
was like dusk.
Sunset, dusk.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
you could see the clouds.
Ooh.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. And you felt that breeze. And it was that warm lighting that
That's a
Starbucks
vibe.
gives.
That's a
And
vibe.
I was like,
Okay.
man, this is my season.
Yes. Aw.
It's so nice. I felt so great.
It
I-
really makes you feel cozy.
It does. It makes you, and I was able to just, while I was out there with my buddies, I was able to soak it in, like I said, but I was able to think about where I was. I had like what is that called? Outer body experience?
Out of body experience.
Yeah,
Yes.
out of body experience. Outer. Oh man, but I had an out of body experience.
It's okay.
I know. My
That's
first citizen this is showing.
I love those.
When you have those moments of you thought it was the same, but
Yeah.
it was been the same all along. Oh gosh.
That's so funny. It's okay.
But I was able to like take in count of where I was in life, like where I was in terms of my job, where I was in terms of the podcast, social media, and what that really meant to me. Like what does it mean to me? Where am I going with it?
Right.
And I just loved that in those moments, if you allow yourself to soak it in,
Yeah.
you could have thoughts like that
Mm-hmm.
where you're not just like thinking, okay, what's next? Okay, then what's after that? It's like, what am I doing Monday? What am I doing tomorrow?
Yeah.
And you're just, going through life, like just busy, busy, busy.
Yes.
I was glad I was able to take that time to
Be present in the
be
moment.
present and then actually soak in everything.
I love that.
It was so nice. Yeah. And I feel like that's why I love fall because I get those moments so often.
Right.
Because, when it's hot, you're annoyed, you're uncomfortable. So you're thinking about how uneasy you are.
Yes.
But when you're in that crisp air, not when it's too cold, but when you're just in that crisp, fresh air, you're able to like enjoy it. You're like, ooh, that breeze is nice.
Yeah. Like you reflect on like the enjoyment of the breeze of the air.
Yeah, and just the whole vibe, like you said, like it's just I love it. I love it so much.
That's dope. I like
love
that.
this time of year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh yeah. And speaking of on that, actually, unless you had something to add to that vibe or the fall.
I'm also excited for my birthday, but that's all.
Let the people know when it is.
No, I'll tell you guys when we start celebrating, but it's coming soon. And it's a month long.
Oh, yep. And we celebrate it
The whole
every
month.
every month on the exact date.
Oh, yeah.
Yep, that's how they do it over here. But now that that's said, getting into the meat and potatoes of it, and it's that season, the fall, which also means we're in the fourth quarter, which means we're
Yes.
about to hit our 3 months before 2024.
Yes.
I don't know. Before I get into it, this year hasn't felt as fast as the years prior. I feel like, because a lot of people complain like, oh man, this year just flew by. Another year, like,
Oh,
done
yeah.
and over.
I didn't
Especially,
feel that.
yeah, especially as you get older. But this year, I'm like, yep, everything. I mean, there were parts of this year where you were like, whoa, that happened this year.
Yes. Yes,
It's
I totally
it
feel
feels like
you.
it's been ages, but we're still here. And going back into it now, you guys are going to be listening to this. You, the listener, are going to be listening to this on Saturday, meaning tomorrow, Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
There will be 92 days left
Yes.
until the New Year's.
Double digits. No more triple.
No more triple.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's so true. And what was I saying?
92 days.
Yeah, 92 days before the New Year's. So, a lot of people, they really believe in the New Year's resolution. A lot of people could care less, and some people are just like in between.
Mm-hmm.
But for those of us that do see the New Year's as a fresh start,
Mm-hmm.
like the beginning of the year, what's going to be different this year?
A new chapter.
Yeah, what am I going to gain? What am I going to reach for? What are my goals? What's my vision? What am I stepping into this year?
Yes.
I feel like in these 92 days before the year ends, we have a solid opportunity to take inventory of where we are right now, what we have, and most importantly, what we are able to get rid of to make room for what it is that we are about to receive. Because as you know, you can't receive if both your hands are full.
Yes.
So, what are you going to let go of in order to make the next year your best year?
Mm-hmm.
What do we need to do now to set ourselves up for a fantastic year? Because, a lot of us don't think about this until it's like New Year's and we have that time to reflect because of the holidays and the time off.
Right.
And we're just like, oh, I finally have this time. What's my goal? And then you make it, like you write it on the wall. And then a few weeks in, because you haven't prepared for it, you lose sight of it. You get distracted. Life happens. And you go about another year the same. Asking you, the listener, to look at these next 92 days.
Mm-hmm.
What is one thing that I can get rid of, that I could do without, so that I have an extra boost of energy to tackle on another goal? What is it that I can, make room for in order that I could operate and be blessed by?
Yeah.
I don't know if you want to kick it off, Ianna.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love the topic, but I do want to go back a little bit and elaborate a little bit more on the quarters. I feel like this year didn't feel as fast as previous years because, and this is just for my perspective, I don't know if you have the same, but to me, I feel like this year literally went by at a steady pace because I was able to hit so many goals.
Right.
And I was so intentional about all of the goals that I wanted to hit. And because I set up those goals, I was meticulous about, okay, in this time, I want to do this. During this time, I want to do this. And during that time, I was acknowledging myself. And I was like, oh, nice. Like, I finally didn't feel so overwhelmed and I actually handled myself in this situation better than I did last year. let's go.
Nice.
Keep going.
I love that.
And because I was able to do that, I'm like, okay, I might not have done every single thing that I wanted to do, but guess what? I'm preparing for the fourth quarter, but I'm also preparing for the year to come. So in my head, the year is already coming.
Yeah.
Like, I'm already ready. Like, I think my accountability group is the one that showed me, don't take it as you're starting on January 1st. You should already be 30 days into the new year, starting December. And I was like, I love that. So, like, I'm already applying these goals.
Right.
So, for you, the listener, when you're hearing this podcast, start planning. And that's what I think that's what Adonis means, is like really start being intentional about what plans you have. If you have a word for the year, if you have goals for the month, or whatever, start planning ahead so that you don't even have to think twice about the clothes that you're going to wear for this season already.
Right.
You're already ready for the fall to come in. You already put your summer clothes away. Like, you're done and ready to go shopping or whatever.
Yeah.
Or like you said, like, make room. And I think with answering your question, for me, my physical space is a great reflection of my brain.
Yes.
So for me, especially with what has happened in the past week at work, I really want to be intentional about my physical space. So and that's like at home and at work, and then getting into like my actual physical things. So that means I don't have to fill every single corner of every single wall of every single room.
Right.
I can be intentional about, okay, I have a dresser. Not everything needs to be out on this dresser. Put it away. If it doesn't have a proper space, do you really need it? One, do you use it?
Yeah.
When do you use it? Have you used it in the last 3 months, 6 months, 1 year, depending on the season?
Yeah.
If not, throw it away. It's okay. And for me, I'm such a hoarder. Like, I love
Same.
keeping things.
Yeah.
Just whether it has a memory, an emotion to it, or anything.
That's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
It's that sentimental value that we place on things, and it's so hard to get rid of.
Yes.
But there's this one quote, and I'm right there with you.
Uh-huh.
But there's this quote that says, "Things don't hold memories. We do. We don't need those things." Because sometimes when we look at something and it has that sentimental value, we might say, no, I can't throw it away, because like a birthday card from someone you really care about.
Yes.
You're like, no, I can't get rid of this. You know, I want to treasure this forever.
Yeah.
And it's not the card itself. It's you having that memory
Yes.
of when they gave it to you.
Oh.
So if you really like, I mean, things like that where, you know, maybe they wrote something you could keep,
Yeah.
but like tucked away. Or I have like, I thought about it, and it's just like, take a picture of it. You know, maybe it won't be the same as the physical touch,
Yeah.
but you could always look back on it. Cause you know, I
to
love,
know what they said.
yeah, because I love the iPhone for that too, is that they remind you, hey, on this day last year, on this day 2 years ago, you know, and Snapchat does the same thing.
Yeah, that's true.
And I'm pretty sure all the social media apps. But what I was getting at is that I feel you. That is my biggest thing, is declutter.
Yes.
Because I have so many things, so many clothes that I don't wear anymore, so many little artifacts that it's like, when I think about getting rid of them, I'm like, nah, I should get rid of them. But then I'm like, no, I could possibly use this later. And I never do.
Yes. Two things. So just the wardrobe alone.
Yeah.
Someone did a really good thing with, like, if you are the type to hang your clothes, hang it one way starting January 1st or whatever. And then come the next year, like throughout the year, change the way that the hanger is set or whatever.
Like if you wear it,
Yeah,
put
if
it
you wear
back a
it, put it
different
back
way.
a different way.
Yeah.
So that by the end of like that year or that time period or that season, you can literally physically see which clothes have not been touched. Those are the clothes that need to be let go of.
Yeah.
And 2, if you're the type that is like, okay, these jeans don't fit me, but I'm going to work out, so I don't want to get rid of it because I will one day fit those jeans. Say thank you to the jeans. They served you in that moment and let it go. Because now that you're like, only keep the stuff that like brings you joy, like sparks joy. I forgot her name, but it's on Netflix. I think it's called Sparks Joy, and Marie Kondo. And basically, you keep whatever like sparks joy, and you are only keeping what is serving you for the next chapter. And I love that because, say it was like a raggedy t-shirt and you got it from when you were in college or whatever, let it go, because like you can let it go or you can keep it if you know you're going to wear it for while you work out. But if you're not working out or anything like that and you want to buy new clothes, like say thank you to the item to let it go, and then be excited because you're going to add to who you are, not who you were.
Exactly.
You're not in college anymore. It's okay to let it go.
Right.
Yeah.
Let it go.
Yes.
But yeah,
Yes.
and then there's this other tip that I just learned because I'm starting to develop this mentality of how to declutter and why it's important. And one of the things is minimalizing. Minimalists, people refer to themselves like that, that are hardcore. And I'm not saying you need to go to that extreme, but take, whatever tips that they have. Don't assume that you know everything. Look out and learn from others. You will always find something new. Anyways, one of the tips that I got from them was that, when you're considering an item to get rid of, what was it? When you're considering an item to get rid of, it was, if you were to lose this or misplace this, would you immediately look for a replacement for it?
Ooh.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah. So if you really think about, if I lost this, this charging cube,
Yeah.
would I really look for it, or is there one that I already have? Because because I love tech and stuff, I always have little wires and cubes all over the place.
Yeah.
And
Oh yeah, you do.
yeah, and sometimes I'm like, no, I can't get rid of it because one day in an emergency, I'll need this one. But then it's like, if you were to lose this one right now, would you look for a replacement? And I would say no, because I have one that I dedicatedly use every single day.
Yeah.
So, okay, time to put it in the get rid of pile.
Ooh.
Exactly. And
I like that a lot.
I love that. I'm like, ooh, that's good.
That's
good. Yeah. And then another thing that I've been doing, that I've already started doing, I think it was yesterday, it's also going through my notes on my iPhone.
Yes.
And literally going through them one by one. I will click on the oldest one, and I will skim it. And if there's anything that, if there's really nothing that adds value or that I really still need, I delete it.
Good.
And I keep going that way because I'm not just trying to do it with my physical space, but my phone. I mean, like,
that's what I was gonna say.
You know how many distractions are on your phone? And there's
too many.
And it's like you already need some.
Yeah.
Like an app that people won't be getting rid of just because of how useful it is Instagram. I mean, just Instagram alone could be so distracting.
Yes.
And then you already have all these other games. You have all these other social media applications. And it's like, start to clean it up because you're already looking to be distracted. You don't need actual more distractions that aren't really necessary.
I love that. There's two things, because I wanted to say like the physical space and then also like on my phone,
like the digital.
The digital cleanse. Well, two versions of that as well, like clearing out any old notes, any old events, any old emails and things like that. I'm the type of person that has like thousands of emails on my phone because of whatever, but I need to go through that at some point.
Exactly.
So I want to be intentional about putting that into my schedule so that I can clear that out. And then the other one is someone gave me this really good idea, and they have a social media cleanse. Like, they clear it from their phone, all the social media apps, for 7 days per month. I was like, wow, like, kudos to you. And that's good because during that time you can even like, I think it's smart enough now where you can like set up scheduling the posts and stuff like that. So that's good. But I like that because I think for me and like my personality type, like I just need like the not the constant quick content in my face like 24/7.
Exactly.
So like that's the type that like I need to like de-cleanse from or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
Detox from. So I think that's like another helpful way to make room and make space to
Right.
be intentional. And what can I fill that time with? More reading, more journaling, more walks,
Exactly.
more things to fill myself up.
Yeah, and make sure you fill in that space
Yeah.
where you if you were to do that detox period of 7 days, make sure you have something lined up.
Yes.
Because if not, you're gonna be like, time to re-download it.
Yes.
Because there's nothing to do. You know,
Yeah.
like
You need a replacer.
when you're thinking about decluttering, when you're thinking about getting rid of distractions, you know, for us, because this is our 92-day goal, right? No, not even goal, just like action.
Yeah.
Is decluttering. When you're doing this of detoxing and decluttering, you need to have a reason, a purpose for it. You can't just say, I want to declutter so it looks nice. You know, it'll look nice. You'll be happy with it for a week. But then what you'll start doing is, because that was the only aim, was for it to look nice. Who cares if when I come home at the end of the day and I'm mad tired from work, I'm mad tired from putting in work on my gifts and my talents, I don't want to take the time to put my jacket in the closet if the only reason I'm not going to do that is because I think it looks nice.
Yeah.
I could care less. Like, I need my rest. My rest is more important than the aesthetic. So if the reasoning is too weak,
Yes.
you will automatically find reasons on why you should not care about that reason, that purpose. So you really have to be very intentional and not just saying, I want to declutter and I want to social media detox. Why? What are you going to do with that time? Is it just to say, yeah, I do a detox every month, you know, and sound real nice in front of your friends and your family and your coworkers so they can look up to you? No. Why? Why are you going to do this? If the reasoning is weak, your brain will automatically figure out more important reasons on why to stay on there.
Yes. Oh, I love this so much because I think it was Jordan Peterson who said, life naturally flows to chaos. You have to intentionally go upstream and put things in order. And humans naturally put things in order. Like, yes, we like it naturally life naturally flows to chaos, but humans naturally put things in order. And I was like, oh, I love this.
And you never would have thought that way.
Yes. And so like if whatever you're working on is not working, be intentional about putting things in order. Like, I think there's already a book that's like make your bed or something like that. So like the very first reason why you should like make your bed, yes, is for the aesthetically pleasing. But when you are coming home from a really tired day, and you see your clean bed, yeah, exactly. The sigh of relief, like I made it back, you know? And I think it's also like the bed is like the biggest thing, the biggest surface area in your room. So like as soon as you make your bed, automatically the room looks like a percentage cleaner,
Cleaner.
you know?
Yeah.
So like make your bed, you know?
Yeah.
And like I wanted to say this, but don't take it take it with a grain of salt.
Mm.
Sometimes we make things bigger than it actually is. So like and like that's coming from me. Like I do that so too much of the time. But I am getting better, and it doesn't have to be a hurdle if you don't put that hurdle energy on it, you know? So like what you're thinking is a hurdle could literally be like a mountain for someone else. Stop doing that. It's okay. Like it's make your bed, be done, and move on.
Yeah.
You know, like the simplest things of that. But I do want to say when you're passing by all of these hurdles, they do add up
Yeah.
to become a mountain. And then you're like fully overwhelmed.
Exactly.
So I'm just going to like go through like a real quick stream of conscious. Like if I didn't do any of these things of putting my bag in the proper place as soon as I get home, putting my shoes away, putting my jacket up, putting my like what's it called, fixing my bed, all of those things, like those 4 things could easily add up. And then the next morning, because I didn't have like a full routine, I'm losing my keys. I didn't charge my phone. I didn't have the right proper paperwork to bring to work because I didn't put it by my bag.
Right.
Like all of these things. So the importance of making your bed and remembering your pencil for school. That's like a whole another scenario, which I really want you guys to find. This teacher really goes deep into talking about like, don't forget your pencil because you want to make sure that you study so that you don't fail that test, so that you can and like it just so that you can end
like
up with the job that you want.
So
like
snowballs,
yes,
in your favor,
exactly.
building that momentum.
Yes,
Yeah,
exactly.
exactly. I feel you. And I mean,
Mm-hmm.
bringing it back to wanting to keep it clean, right?
Mm-hmm.
For me, what would that mean if it's not
Yeah.
just for it to look good? You know how productive I get when I see that everything is clean?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if my desk is removed of all the distractions and all that's on there is the speakers, the computer, and the monitor,
Mm-hmm.
it's begging me to do some work on it.
Yes.
It's like saying, hey, come edit some photos over here.
Yes.
Hey, come mix your sound right now.
Oh
Hey,
my
come edit
gosh.
some reels and videos right now.
It's so inviting.
It's like, come on, but go get yourself some coffee.
Yep.
We'll be waiting right here for you, baby.
Oh my gosh, I love that.
Yeah, and I mean, that's why another tip that I learned from minimalists is that start decluttering in the room, in the area, which will make the most impact first. Because let's say you have a whole house that you want to clean, right? That's huge. And it's daunting and it's overwhelming. And you could lose motivation quick.
Yeah.
But let's say you start in your bedroom, the place you come to chill and relax and just take the load off.
Yeah.
If you clean this place and declutter it and make it warm and inviting, not something where it adds on to life's overwhelming problems and overwhelming just stuff.
Yeah.
And this becomes a simple, very simple and clean, where you can just think and breathe. And you don't have to worry about how clean the air is because it's so nice and tidy.
Right.
It's you get that sense of like, yes, I needed this. And
that
then,
was good.
Yeah, and then you can go back out and tackle the other rooms, maybe the bathroom, maybe the closet. Start getting rid of the clothes and okay, now the shoes. Okay, now the books that I don't read. Okay, now all these other knickknacks that I've saved over the years because they had some sentimental value.
I love that.
And for me, that's why it's so important for these next 92 days to declutter. getting rid of something before I can make room for something else is because if I want to provide that place for my family, if I want to provide that place for my sister, then it's like, what are you going to do with all this stuff? Like, you feel tied to this room because all these sentimental things are in it and you don't want to get rid of it. So that is creating a thought, a subconscious thought,
Right.
telling you don't want to leave here. You can't leave here. You can't leave here. So don't think you're going to make all this extra money when you yourself don't believe you're going to get out of here. If you really believe that you were going to get out of here, you would have started getting rid of the stuff that is already in the way. That way the move out is a lot simpler, is a lot easier.
Oh, wow. That's so solid.
Yeah.
Because you're literally preparing yourself for a full physical move for your next chapter.
Exactly.
And that's literally you letting go of whatever past just whatever past, whatever physical things that's like blocking you so that you can have an open hand. I think there was a sermon where they were like throwing like clothes at someone and then there was 3 people. So like the person was throwing clothes and then he was like, don't pass it to the other person, just hold on to it. So it eventually like he couldn't hold it with his hands anymore. It like landed on his head. So they buried him and they were like, so now he can't carry anything. He's dropping all these things. And like as we're trying to as we keep throwing more new things at them, they can no longer catch them because his hands are full already.
Yes.
And so then they restart. And he was like, now throw it to the next person when you receive it. Don't keep it. You have to keep going. So then it was so smooth. And they just kept going and kept going and kept going. Yeah. And so then by the end, the lesson was, yes, it's nice to keep things for yourself. But part of letting it go is knowing that it's ended its chapter with you. And it's time to give it to the next person so that it can bless the next person. And I was like, oh my gosh, like that is so good. I don't know why that just like reminded me of it, but I love it because that helps me know that like I can let this go much easier because I'm the type of person that wants to continue to give to others.
Right.
And if I can give just a little bit more, like a shirt that I don't even wear anymore, if I can give that to someone who is in need, like I love it. And we're getting into this time and season of giving. Like Thanksgiving is coming up. The holidays are coming up. Like, why would I hold on to this when someone else needs it? Here, take it and take more. Like, take more than what I can give.
And it's like life, God is just telling you, come on. Why are you still holding on to that? Let it go.
Yeah.
I have this here.
Yes.
But you're like, and that is what vision is. It's what he wants you to see. It's like, it's reality. It's real. But because you're doubting what you're seeing and you're saying, yeah, that looks really nice, but I really love this. I really like the shiny quarter. Even though there's like just take the freaking dollar, bro. Just let go of that so you can get the dollar.
Yeah.
And I mean, I love it. I love it. We have to let go in order to receive.
Yes.
But when we let go, we truly have to believe that we are going to receive.
Yes.
With an open heart and open mind. That we are going to get this.
Yeah.
Like, we don't have to latch on to this because if we let this go, I'll never
receive ever again.
I won't get that thing that I've been wanting, and I'll lose what I'll have now.
Yes.
That's our biggest fear, is not just losing what we have, but not just getting what we have, but a combination of both. Like, man, I'm going to lose this forever and I'm not going to get that new thing. So I'm really going to be empty.
Oh, that's a wrap, because this is segueing into like a whole nother podcast, but I'm just going to touch the surface of it.
Uh-huh.
When I was asking for a job, like the first job, and I was like really praying, okay, I made room for another job. I'm going to get another job. Da, 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 da. I got the job.
Yeah.
I was not ready for the responsibilities and everything that came with it. So guess what? I kept complaining and complaining, but I was still growing.
Yeah.
But growing into the job and everything like that. But I still kept complaining because it wasn't what I was expecting. And I was like, okay, I asked for this. Like, now I have to like deal with it.
Yeah.
No, fool. You need to, yes, this is the next chapter, but it's helping you learn these lessons so that when you do move on to the next chapter, you're laying more of the foundation down to prepare and train for your next chapter.
Exactly.
So stop complaining and understand that what is for you is for you.
Yeah.
And like prepare for not just the position that you wanted, but prepare for what's greater beyond this position.
Right.
Because a lot of people just go into things thinking like it's going to be so much better than where they left, without knowing that they have to put in the work so that they can see the turnaround of, oh my gosh, all my hard work paid off.
Yeah.
So they're so quick to just like, okay, this isn't what I thought it was. I'm gone.
Right.
And now I'm like in this place of like fear, like
Right.
you said.
Yeah.
But no, I love the hope that vision gives.
Oh, yeah. Because that's ultimately what we're going for.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah, I think that's solid.
Yeah.
That's going to do it for the meat and potatoes of the podcast.
Yeah.
We hope you guys enjoyed. Hey, I noticed that someone else rated us 5 stars.
Yay!
Let's go. Thank you. I don't know who you were,
Yeah.
but you did it. Let's go.
Thank you so much. We genuinely appreciate all the love and the support that like you guys are giving us. And please comment when we do share a story or whatever of any topics that you guys want us to like talk about.
Yeah.
I know feminine energy and masculine energy is on there, so we'll definitely put that in like one of our upcoming ones. But let us know what you guys want to hear, please.
Yeah, because we're about, growing our character so that, because it's not about the end results.
Yes.
You see it all the time where these, unfortunately people take their lives even after they've amounted to what we see as success.
Yeah.
But they haven't gotten that one piece, and they're still searching for it, but now they're dealing with all this pressure. We're trying to do it the opposite way, where we're building on ourselves, that one piece, so that when we do get to all these end results, we'll be full. And even if someone takes it away from us, we'll still be full. We'll still be whole.
Oh, yeah.
Not because of what we've received, not because of what we're getting, but because of who we are.
Yeah, and we're able to, even if all of this was taken away from us, we wouldn't be weary because we know exactly how to like come back to it and like come back even stronger. So take every single lesson and every single step with gratitude and appreciation, and then you're on the right track. But you have to take that gratitude with you, because that's how you can continue to grow and expand. Because if you're not being grateful for what you already have, what makes you think that you're going to have more? Ungratefulness.
Yep, exactly.
So have a grateful heart.
Yeah. Hey, and for that person that left a rating,
yes,
write that review. Just say like, hey, that was me. And just please.
We want to shout you out.
Yeah, we want to know. Please.
Give credit where credit is due.
Yeah, and continue. And those of you that see our excitement and want to keep it going,
yes,
write that review, please, and give us those 5 stars. I mean, we really appreciate it. That's how we're able to reach more people, and we get inspired by how many people tune in to listen. Right? Because
Yes.
we know that, okay, we're not just speaking gibberish. We are giving some sort of value to the listener, whether it be for pure entertainment or whether it be actual advice that they're going to go home and run with.
Right.
Yeah, please just let us know. We love you. Thank you. Thank you so much. When I saw that, I was like so pumped.
Nice.
It's so crazy because I see how many people listen to us.
Uh-huh.
And for beginners, it's like, cool. Okay, cool.
We're going somewhere.
But when I just saw that one review, that one rating, I'm like, oh, let's go.
Nice.
Because, I get it. It's an extra step. It's not common. You have to go into the Apple podcast on our show, scroll all the way to the bottom.
Yeah, they don't make it easy.
Yeah, and then write, like, there's an option for the 5 stars where you could just click, and that's the easiest one. And we'd really appreciate that too.
Yes.
Just that. But we'd appreciate it even more if you could just write, man, just 2 words. We don't need that much, and it could literally just be your name.
Yeah.
But just, the rating in your name, and then we'll shout you out.
Yes, we will.
Yeah. Thank you so much. That's awesome. It's so dope.
Yes.
But yeah, you could find us on YouTube under my name, Adonis Barrera.
Yes.
You could find our individual pages on Instagram, Adonis Barrera.
Ianna Giselle.
And we have our 2D pod on Instagram, which is TOODEEPPOD at IG.
On IG.
On
yes.
IG. Yes. We're coming out every Saturday morning. Get your weekend started off right.
Yes.
Because we want to make this in terms of what we're doing here with this podcast. We want to provide that character development, but do it in a fun way.
Yes.
Growing and building on yourself isn't something tedious. It's something that's fun. It's something that, fills you with joy. I mean, I was...
And it fills your cup.
I mean, just like I was telling you when I was with the boys and I was at the Starbucks.
Yeah.
Because I've been spending a lot of my time growing and journaling and reading.
Yeah.
When I had those like literally 5 to 10 seconds where I just took everything in.
Absorbed.
It felt so nice to just soak in that moment and think about where I was and think about the possibilities of the future because of the way I'm thinking now, because of the way I'm moving now. I mean, it becomes so attractive, so beautiful that you want to continue to do that. I mean, I can't wait. I can't wait to just pull up some chairs outside at a park, just sit out there, listen to my music, and then write in my journal, or think about ideas for the podcast, or just think about ideas for my life and for my goals and my vision in general.
Yes.
I mean, it's so sweet. It's so soothing. It's so rewarding and fulfilling that
it really is sensational.
It's sensational. I want you guys to be a part of this. I want you to feel those feelings that I feel. Those
feelings that you feel so feeling.
Yeah. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to the podcast, to the 2D podcast.
Yes.
We love you. Is there anything that you'd like to say before we depart, Ianna?
I think you said it all. So please stay safe, everybody.
Yeah.
Yes.
And we'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.